welcome back to the channel. Right, after a really super cool weekend and a fantastically enjoyable Whiskey and Rum Part 5 with the chaps, I was just listening back towards the end when Darth was asking questions. He asked Camel a question, he asked Cobra a question, he asked me, and I was just listening back to my answer, and I thought, that wasn't a very good answer, really. I wasn't really thinking straight. I love to really ponder on deeper questions before I answer them. So I'm going to attempt to answer it in this video. So Darth asked me, he said, do I think precious metals, obviously gold and silver, will be a thing in 20 to 30 years' time? Now, that's a bit of a tough question to ask on the spot and answer it properly, because I could have just said yeah or yes, definitely, of course. But I like to think about things a little bit differently, and I kind of get where most people, with everything that's going on in this world, a lot of the people that I've interacted over time building this channel have been around the precious metals market, you know, gold and silver market, and everyone loves their gold and silver, which is cool. But I've also had a massive opinion and almost a marriage with Bitcoin, because I see the greater benefits of what Bitcoin can provide to the world and humanity going forward. So I've got to try and answer it in a way that I'm not prejudiced. So I'm going to answer it because I can't be prejudiced, because I hold all of them and I believe in all of it. So I'm going to answer it by first saying, when he said, will it be a thing? I presume possibly he means in the concept of a good, what some people like to call as an investment, or for whatever they buy precious metals for, you know, to store their money as a good store of wealth. The answer to that question, for me personally, is yes, but I've got to be very aware that there is a digital age out there too. Now, I don't know too much about, I've only been doing this for a few years now, so I'm learning all the time. I've never hidden that. But I see you've got a battle here with history and the future, and it's playing out, really. And you've got quite a few folks that are quite married to certain ideas because they've been around for a long time, and have been a long part of their life while they've been around. You know, you've got the boomer types that, and this is just a general pattern of thinking in my own mind. You've got the boomer types that, you know, they haven't known anything different. You know, gold and silver has got a massive practical use anyway, outside of just, you know, investing in pieces of silver and, you know, bits of gold and whatever. You know, it's got a massive function to humanity. There's a lot of silver used in industry. There's a certain amount of gold used in industry. There's a ton of, if you look at industry as jewelry, there's loads of gold and silver, especially gold used in jewelry, and it's a big cultural thing as well, to be honest. So I can't see that if we as a human race see the value in pretty things and technology, and letting technology use certain precious metals in innovation techniques, then I can't see it ever going anywhere unless anything is superseded. So my initial thoughts would always be no, definitely not. Going forward, me and Cobra had an interesting conversation along these lines the other evening. Going forward, just as a pure stacking, collecting point of view, well, collecting, people love collecting shiny things. I do. As you can tell, I'm just sorting out a load of bars from a video I did the other day. I've got to put them all away properly, all in a heap. But yeah, I love collecting silver, and I also see the valuable side of storing my fiat currency in precious metals for sure. Now I'm nearly coming up to 60, and you know, maybe I'm still be here in 20 years time, who knows, 30 years if I'm lucky. But getting back to Darth's question, if we look at it just as a stacking investment point of view, then 20-30 years, I can't see it going anywhere really, to be honest. Now as time goes on, maybe, who knows, no one knows what's around the corner. We may find something, you know, that can replace it, but I very much doubt it. I've always kept an open mind. All sorts of things can happen in the future to make humanity change their minds on things, but as a rule, I don't think it'll go anywhere. And especially when I look at gold, you know, as a solid historical, obviously cultural, there's lots of people in this world outside of the Western world. You know, there's 8.5 billion people on the planet, and I'm sure there's quite a high percentage of those people that probably see gold as a massively different thing that maybe we do in the West, or in certain cultures in the West. So I can't see that just being eradicated, and I'm sure it will always hold value. And you know, if you really have a deep dive think about it, you can't just, something has to really be, something really weird and catastrophic needs to happen for that historical inbred way of investing or saving or protecting wealth. Something has to really happen for us to change our minds that quickly. It could happen over time, but I think it's going to be a long time if that could happen. Technology, I don't think will ever eradicate it, because you have got, and Cobra's quite right, and there's a lot of people say we're funny animals, really. We love that physical, feely, touchy thing, and I think we can feel very associated to something when we touch it, you know, and you feel it, and you can look at your hard work and see the product in front of you, and these lovely mints and manufacturers put some beautiful designs on them. So yeah, we get attached to things, and if they're valuable psychologically, we get attached to them even more, because that means a lot. It means a lot more. So, you know, that deeper look at it, something really big has to change the mindset of humanity. And we mustn't forget that it isn't just us in the Western world that looks at things probably a lot different to billions of other people on the planet. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Value-wise, who knows? I have no idea. You know, we're in a strange place at the moment from a monetary point of view. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question better, Darth. I definitely, personally, myself, I'm very careful with how or what I spend my money on. This is just purely my opinion, nothing else. I know nothing, you know, deep down. But because I've got this affinity to what Bitcoin's going to do, doesn't mean to say I don't value gold or silver. Quite the contrary, really. I like to have all my eggs in one basket, but I don't do it now as just if this don't work, that's going to work. If this don't work, that's going to work. I actually try and put a lot of effort into trying to understand why I'm doing it, and if that makes logical sense to me, and is all this is going to be of value if I go and I can pass it on to, you know, other members of my family if I haven't spent it, then yeah, I will continue to you know, exchange my fiat, so I don't like too much of it around, into silver, gold and Bitcoin as well. So yeah, interesting question. I hope I've answered that a little bit better without me being on the spot and me sort of thinking about it a little bit more. So yeah, everyone has to do you. I'm sure that if you do spend, I know I go on about it like a flipping old moaner really, but if you spend some time away from all the noise and just working out in your own little mind, you know, what you're trying to do, how you're trying to look after your money and protect it somehow in this crazy world we live in, then you'll get your answers for sure. But that's my answer. I love my gold, I love my silver. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, even if it lost all its value, which is a stupid thing to say, but hypothetically it's still got a use, because you can make things out of it because it's physical. So yeah, interesting question. Hopefully that answers your question better, Duff, as a motorbike goes by. Good grief, sorry guys. Yeah, interesting question. Hopefully I've answered that better. Very quickly, this week I am on the Cobra Stackers channel for my Whiskey Wednesday, 7:30 on Wednesday of this week, 7:30 UK time. Look out for me there. We're celebrating not only going over 500 subscribers, but to the day, it's my 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube. So we're going to have a bit of fun. Please come along, jump in the chat. It's over on Cobra Stackers channel, 7:30 this Wednesday. Look forward to it. See you there. Cheers. Bye.